Hello everyone. Today we'll learn about the hosting scenario of CloudFabric solution. The hosting service is a traditional service provided by carriers. Tenants entrust the management of their servers and some network devices to carriers by leasing cabinets or cabinet space from carriers. The hosting service is experiencing stable growth, and it is one of the important revenue sources of carriers. Tenants using the hosting service come from multiple industries, such as the internet, manufacturing, government, and education. According to the property ownership, hosting can be classified into cabinet leasing and cabinet space leasing. Hosting refers to a carrier leasing the entire cabinet to a tenant, and the tenant places their own servers and Tor switches into the cabinet. The carrier is responsible for providing the interconnection network. Cabinet space leasing refers to carriers dividing a cabinet into different units for leasing, and tenants rent a required number of units and place their servers into the units. Tor switches accessed by tenant servers and their interconnection network are provided by the carriers. According to the business model, the hosting service revenue can be classified into basic revenue and value-added service revenue. Basic revenue refers to the revenue of leasing to tenants the rack resources, ingress bandwidth, and egress bandwidth. Value-added service revenue refers to the fees paid by tenants for the use of the advanced services provided by carriers. Such advanced services include security services, load balancing services, and IP address leasing. What challenges does the traditional rack leasing service face? 1. Time and labor-consuming service provisioning or adjustment. The process of provisioning the traditional hosting service is as follows. A tenant submits a service application. The network administrator designs the network planning, delivers a work order, then configures network devices, and finally provisions the service. The whole process takes several weeks, and the network configuration depends on the commands or NMS, which cannot quickly meet the requirements of new service scenarios, such as China's November 11 shopping festival, 12306 online train ticket booking platform during the Spring Festival, and emergent big events. All these scenarios require quick network adjustment in terms of security, reliability, and bandwidth resources. 2. Incapability to integrate rack and equipment room resources. If different tenants apply for lease termination and lease renewal at different times, the rack resources of the carrier may be fragmented. A large-sized tenant wants servers and network devices to be hosted on several racks in a centralized manner. However, existing rack resources are fragmented and cannot meet the tenant's requirements. In addition, the cost of layer 2 interconnection through optical fibers between equipment rooms is high. 3. Lack of new profit growth points. The revenue of the current hosting service mainly includes the revenue of basic network services, such as host leasing, hosting, cabinet leasing, and bandwidth leasing. The revenue of value-added services, such as network security, load balancing, disaster recovery backup, and O&M services, makes up only a small proportion of the total. Huawei CloudFabric solution supports SDN reconstruction in the hosting scenario. The Agile Controller DCN provides automatic configuration capabilities to shorten the service deployment period. It also provides self-service for tenants through the portal page, further reducing the operation costs. In addition, the Agile Controller DCN builds a logical layer 2 network using the VXLAN overlay technology to effectively integrate rack fragments and improve resource utilization. Now, let's look at the logical architecture in the hosting scenario. The hosting scheme features no computing or cloud platform. The network administrator provisions services. At the service presentation layer, the Agile Controller DCN provides an independent UI through the northbound interface and interconnects with the background through the RESTful interface for service orchestration, policy provisioning, and automatic deployment. At the network analysis control layer, the Fabric Insight Collector mirrors TCP SYN, FIN, and RST packets on the network to the analyzer for big data analysis, which helps identify network exceptions based on actual service traffic. The Fabric Insight also collects information from physical switches through SNMP and synchronizes flow mirroring with physical switches through netconf. The Agile Controller DCN performs network modeling and instantiation, automatically orchestrates and delivers network configurations, and diverts traffic to VAS devices. It also collects information from physical switches through SNMP and delivers configurations to physical switches through netconf. The Seco Manager connects to the Agile Controller DCN for policy management, VAS service orchestration, modeling, instantiation, and configuration delivery. It also collects information from firewalls through SNMP and delivers configurations to firewalls through netconf. The following describes the typical deployment mode of the rack leasing scenario. In a typical hosting scheme deployment scenario, a central equipment room is connected to several edge equipment rooms to ensure that the interconnection latency is less than 10 milliseconds. A VXLAN overlay network is deployed between two equipment rooms. The Agile Controller DCN cluster and egress gateways are deployed in the central equipment room, and the Agile Controller DCN delivers network configurations to the managed switches. Tenant servers and switches are connected to the carrier's MVE switches through cabinet space leasing or hosting, and can access the carrier's network in Layer 2 or Layer 3 mode. This deployment scheme has the following advantages. VXLAN network-based hosting supports multi-tenancy and on-demand deployment. VXLAN decouples services from physical networks so that services can be changed without changing the physical network. This allows flexible extension of the Layer 2 network, providing the foundation for network automation. The Agile Controller DCN centrally manages devices and services and provisions services automatically and quickly. Interconnecting equipment rooms through the VXLAN network does not need optical fibers, but integrates rack resources in multiple equipment rooms. In the following videos, I will introduce two sub-solutions for hosting. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.